Hello and welcome back. This is the Green Dragon and we are going to launch another mission today. So the thing is, when we study Duna with our Goliath mothership, we discovered that there are several anomalous locations there and all of them appear to be emitting some signals. And to that end, we are going to construct a space station in orbit around Duna, starting with a signal analyzer module which can function autonomously as well. And then we will add other modules including a crew module, a fuel depot and a reusable Duna lander to it for further study. I have waited until we are in position where we can just launch, turn towards 19 degrees and hopefully get a Duna intersect, so let's quick save right here on the pad after the waiting part is over, and let's just launch this darling. So here we go, I suppose. And we are on our way. These are just external drop tanks. They're gonna... When I tested this, the ascent stage needed a little extra fuel, so I added 2 of these, which lets it get into orbit pretty efficiently now. Do I want throttle down yet? I don't think I do anyway. Okay. This is 240 some parts, so if there's a bit of lag, you'll just have to forgive me. I have upgraded to version 18.4, so larger ships are definitely noticeably less laggy. Not by a lot, since I just have a dual-core processor instead of a quad-core, like I might want to, but are still doing good. Detachment? Okay. I'm using a trick which allows you, with the use of some of the, tiny square strut pieces, to add several of the 1 meter engines under these fuel tanks, and I'm running on those. And the struts here appear to have broken, which is unfortunate, but it should not lead to mission failure, I believe. Well, I'm hoping, really. On this first mission we will park this in orbit, deploy the antennas, deploy the solar arrays and leave it at that. In the next mission we'll decide what we want to dock to it first, probably the crew module. But yeah, and we should be turning more aggressively now. Should not turn too quickly with this. The thrust to weight ratio isn't that awesome. It's more like 1.6, 1.5 when fully loaded, rather than 2 and change like you might want to, but you only really need the 2 and change thrust to weight ratio when you are launching first. When you're first launching. Other than that, you're generally okay. Damn, that's a lot of crackling. I think it comes from that many engines firing at once. Damn, but that's even worse than it was in the previous version. What the fuck, squad? I mean, you're awesome and all, but seriously, guys. The fuck? Okay. I'm sorry, but this shouldn't last for very long. We are going to be getting rid of this stage very soon now. Our orbit is looking not bad, shall we say. Not bad at all. Oh, and our altitude is pretty high too. Epicness. Guess we're going to space. Okay. Now, our main transfer maneuver will be carried out with this nuclear engine and Rockomax thingy. And detach. Don't drift too far off course, darling. Damn, those crashed together. Well, good riddance. RCS off, and let's just burn. That is looking pretty okay right now. It's still crackling in the background, unfortunately. Okay. Okay, actually, what I might want to do is do this and see where that takes me. That takes me just where I want to go, actually. Okay, and we're nearly at our node anyway, so let's just burn for all we're worth. And it's not gonna take too long. I mean, it is a single nuclear engine, but the weight of this module is not that high. And the one that is high, namely the fuel module, I've set up that one to have several nuclear engines. The idea is to have a base on Duna that can, well, study the stuff there in orbit and land as necessary. And in case it needs to return to Kerbin, it will be able to use the lander and its parachutes and its engines and its everything to get to Kerbin and actually land there safely. So I think they would be good on that as well. There we go. We have an escape trajectory. Kerbin escape trajectory. I'll want to do a node adjustment there to make sure we come in as horizontally as possible at Duna. Okay, I'm gonna remove that and just get a decent intercept here. There we go. Okay, that looks good. I believe we can time warp now. There we are. 22, not ideal. We want to drop into a low Duna orbit, some 300,000 shall we say, and one that is aligned with the equator. But I believe that that won't be too much of a problem. The only question is whether we go at 270 or 90, which is, I suppose, will be determined by what the fuck. I want to put it on. Crap, I want to put it on this. No, not on the purple thingy, the blue path. Yes, thank you. That's making it go up. It's like a really tiny adjustment there. Okay. Okay, that makes it go. Okay, that pretty much kills it entirely. So 8.5 meters per second. That's really not a lot, actually. Right. Okay, let's get a decent acceleration going here. Okay, we are 14 hours away. Let's wait until we are like 10 minutes away. That should give us enough time to... Whoa! And we're past it. Oh, crap. Okay. Let's use a bit of RCS. We have extra. I packed 2 tanks, and even though one should be perfectly okay for any rendezvous maneuvers we might have to do. And we are still turning, still turning, still turning, and start slowing down. The RCS is weird. Monopropellant looks good. And smidge of engine power, that's just a bit too much. We need to do this exactly, I believe. We want a horizontal approach. Whoa! That changed our stuff. And looks like we would have an Ike encounter too there, probably on the way out again. Okay. Okay, if we push back here, that... How much monopropellant are we bleeding? Alright, screw that, we're just gonna go for it. This is good enough, I believe. Okay. No node. There, we are good. 2000 kilometers at the Duna periapsis. We can again work with that just fine. Yeah, and most of these are gonna be unmanned missions. Once the space station is assembled, then we will send a crew over in a special long-range crew transfer vehicle. But until then, it's all unmanned missions. And here we go. Alright, and apparently we are not that low. I'm gonna target Ike in order to get my ascending descending nodes properly. Alright, we are coming in. I think Ike might be slight. Well, no, it looks pretty equatorial actually. Not that I can tell, but yeah, it looks good. Okay, let's try and slow ourselves down here. Drop ourselves into a circular sort of orbit. And we'll want to burn like this and slightly offset to the north. And ignite the engine. Shouldn't take too long to drop into orbit, and we'll have plenty of fuel left over, which is excellent, really. 3x, here we go. That is going up, but that's okay. We are losing speed, and it is in fact increasing. Okay. Okay. Not quite that much then. Just burn vertical then. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Actually offset it slightly to this side to prevent that from going too high. I'm gonna leave whatever fuel we have in here attached to the analyzer, and we're probably gonna bring up the fuel thingy next, possibly. After all, there's no need for the crew module until we actually have some crew here, right? Offset it slightly more to the... Oh, holy crap, we're coming in at 272. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, you think the thrust vectoring on the nuclear engine's not a big deal, but kind of is, because it... Well, it isn't on large vessels that are really heavy, or if you're outside time warp, you can even end up believing that there isn't any, you know, actual vectoring. But there is, and it does make a real difference. Alright. Okay, that looks like a more manageable node. And we also, unfortunately, do need a periapsis we can work with. Alright. Doesn't look like we'll be captured on this pass, so we should be good. Right. Okay. We're gonna have to adjust our inclination here. That increases it. have to fix our nodes more or less. It probably won't be what? What? Come on. Crap. Hey, 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 let me select I. Come on, you bastard. Hey! Motherfucker. Okay, will you let me select some other planetary body as target? Okay, we can select Joule, and now let's select Ike. There we go. Right, and that's the wrong way. Again. That looks goodish. Alright, again, not very much of an not that big of an adjustment. Oh crap, I missed it. Alright. Okay. Let's wait for the next pass then. Actually, let's set the maneuver up in advance and then we can wait for our moment. Based on how far away it is. 10 days. Till maneuver time. And it's reacting really weird to me trying to drag it around too. Okay, 14, eh? Yeah, I'm watching the node in marker, not the trajectory, cause you know, as you start to accelerate, as you fall deeper into the gravity well, you really start to speed up, and especially in time warp you can easily miss your, you know, moment as we did over there. Okay, 8 minutes away now. Should probably turn our ship soon. Right about now-ish would be good. Tiny smidge of RCS to turn this unwieldy piece of garbage. I wish there was some way to make it turn faster without RCS, without using a more powerful capsule, that is. Fortunately, there isn't. The ordinary essays did that in earlier versions of the game, but apparently not anymore. Frankly, I think that's a bullshit change, but what can you do? Apparently Squad decided that it made sense. Personally, well, I disagree, but and a tiny smidge more. This is relatively equatorial, I believe, or at least on the same inclination as Ike, which we will use as our measuring thingy. Yes, I did use the word thingy. It's a scientific term, you needn't fret. Right, that looks pretty damn good, I would say. And we need to turn towards 270 to be ready for our maneuver. So let's do just that. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah. Nah, no idea where that's coming from. Right, RCS, hold me like that, thank you. There we go. Okay, so 1 minute 15 seconds of burning time. At 4x that should be remarkably little. Okay. There we go. Time for our maneuver. And 4x. That was an Ike encounter. But we're already past it, so we're good. In fact, we will never encounter Ike again with this piece. Come on. Descending nodes are within tolerances. Apoapsis perhaps is again within acceptable tolerances. Okay. Oh, at 4x I can actually turn this thing, apparently. Okay, so if I align it with this, two of the docking ports should be properly aligned with the north-south line at all times, namely these two. So docking future craft should be relatively easy. Alright, so deploying solar panels. We are getting power. Whoops. Apparently not anymore. Wrong action group. Redeploying solar panels. Folding and folding seems to work okay. There we go. We have power. Excellent. And deploying antenna. And we are receiving and recording the signals. The onboard computers are compressing them and transmitting them to Kerbin. Signal monitoring station is online. Excellent. I'll see you later for another mission. Bye bye for now.